we're gonna throw out even more trees. So we're gonna attach this one to the mini excavator again and get walking. And that should be the last trees for this year. Here we have one row of apple trees. And we actually had a lot of varieties here in this row. Because this was a tryout. It had some old varieties which we tried. As you can see, we got a lot of cancer in here. So that's also a reason to just throw the row out. We can leave the trees which are good, but that wouldn't make sense as filling up half a row with new trees and keeping half a row with old trees. It really gives an odd production, so we rather sow them all down and plant some new variety here which we like to try out again. All this is still Elster. This is a mix of a lot of varieties which are going out now. Now this row is empty, so we can clean up all the tree stumps and all the poles. A lot of poles were really bad. This is really heavy clay here. Well, they just rot a lot in this ground, as it's just always wet the whole year. So it's really bad for wood. That's also why we get a lot of cancer in these fields. But these fields, they also produce the best apples. So it's kind of, yeah, you got some advantages, it's some disadvantages. That's just different in how the soil is. We have thrown out a lot of trees this winter and it's time to plant a little bit back. So I brought a drill in the workshop, and as you might have noticed over the past years of making fields, we always have that the poles are a little bit crooked in any direction. And it's just annoying to watch that when the trees are not full grown yet, because you just want to have it straight lines. That's way nicer. It just looks nicer, and it makes working with machines a lot easier if everything is straight. So I got a sensor that we are gonna put on the head here to measure the angle of the head, and we will send that through to the tablet in the tractor. That way we can see easily what the angle is of the drill and adjust it a little bit if we are drilling holes that have to be straight. I hope that way we get way nicer orchards for the future and not that crooked anymore. So let's get the sensor on and make everything work. Well, I got it completely installed. So here is the sensor. And then a little wire to this box. There's a Wi-Fi chip in here that runs a web server, and I can access the web server from my phone or tablet in the tractor, and that way I got a really responsive display from what this does without having to get a display in the tractor separately. This is really easy, but it does the job really well. So since we're gonna plant and have to dig some holes, we're gonna need the Case Quantum 95N with the forklift to drill holes to plant apple trees. So we're gonna attach the forklift to the Quantum 95 and then get the drill on there, and then we're ready to plant. Well, it's time to plant some apple trees today. So we're gonna attach this drill. So first we're gonna drill the deep holes, and then we're gonna drill the big holes for the apple trees. So let's get the drill attached and drill some holes. Well, we're back at the field where we drill out a lot of trees this year, and we're gonna drill 2 rows here so we can actually plant new apple trees. Only 2 rows because we are gonna plant only 2 rows for now, as we have a variety we want to try. Beautiful, we got a lot of holes again, so now we can plant apple trees. Look at that, we already got the trees in. So Dad had planted these already without me. So we now have 2 rows with new trees. This is a new variety, it's a summer variety which should be ripe early August, end of July, early August. And it's quite experimental, but yeah. For our home sale we do like experimental stuff, as it's nice to try it out, and we know we will sell it because it's early August. Then you don't have anything else to offer except for these apples. So that's the reason why we planted them. The name of the variety that we planted here is Wursixo. It's a really new variety. We don't know how it's gonna perform, so we just have to see. It's an early summer apple, so it will be vulnerable for a lot of things probably. As long as we get nice apples from it in early August, then it's great for us, as we like to have some early summer apples, and we just hope these are gonna be nice ones. As you can see, the trees are really small, as they are really young trees now, but this is how we got them, so it will take a while before they actually start producing apples. I don't think we will get to taste any of them this year, but that isn't the biggest problem. So recently we have thrown out this row here, which was holding a lot of experimental varieties from the past, which were not a success, and we actually wanted to plant the Wursixo in this field, but just having 1 row of Wursixo wouldn't make sense, so we wanted to have 2 rows, and that's also the reason why we planted them in the other field. Now here we just planted traditional Ulster like the rest of this field. It's actually Ulster Eke. That's Ulster Elshoff. But now this field is filled with Ulster, and then we got here 6 more rows of Zari. But that makes the field a little bit easier to handle without too much varieties. So that's the reason that we planted Ulster here. So Dad also put these ones in because I didn't have time to help, but they seem to stand really nice. Still a little bit under an angle, but yeah. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you get a notification when the next video comes online. Thank you for watching.